years of speculation, the truth is finally out. Jesse Powell's family has stepped forward to confirm the rumors that have been swirling for long. What really happened behind the scenes? The answers are more surprising than anyone expected. Join us as we delve into the details of this revelation that could change everything you thought you knew about Powell. The journey to fame. Jesse Powell, an acclaimed American R&B and soul singer, was born on September 12, 1971, in Gary, Indiana. Growing up in a musically inclined family, Powell developed a passion for music at a young age, encouraged by the rich cultural and artistic influences of his hometown. Gary, a city known for producing iconic artists such as the Jackson 5, provided a fertile environment for Powell to nurture his talents. Jesse was one of 4 siblings, and music was an integral part of their family life. His sisters, Trina and Tamara, also pursued careers in music. Powell began honing his vocal skills in the church choir, a common starting point for many R&B and soul artists. This spiritual foundation profoundly shaped his vocal style, instilling in him a deep emotional resonance that would later become a hallmark of his performances. In his formative years, Powell exhibited a natural flair for music. He was inspired by legendary soul and R&B artists like Marvin Gaye, Stevie Wonder, and Luther Vandross, whose influence is evident in his smooth vocal delivery and heartfelt lyrics. During his teenage years, Powell's dedication to music became even more evident. He frequently participated in talent shows and local music competitions, showcasing his ability to effortlessly blend soul, gospel, and R&B, which gained him recognition within his community. Jesse's family played a pivotal role in supporting his aspirations. His siblings often joined him in performances, and the Powell family became well known in their local music scene. Trina and Tamara, who later formed a duo, shared their brother's passion for music, and the 3 often collaborated. In the late 1980s, Powell began to take more significant steps toward his dream. He recorded demos and performed wherever he could, from small clubs to larger community events. His talent caught the attention of industry professionals, but success did not come overnight. The music industry was notoriously difficult to break into, and Powell faced his share of rejections and setbacks. The competitive nature of the industry and the struggle to make ends meet tested his resilience. However, he remained undeterred, using these experiences as fuel to push himself further. One life-changing moment in Powell's early career came when he met Carl Rowland, a producer and songwriter who recognized his potential. Rowland saw something unique in Powell's voice, a rare combination of technical precision and emotional depth that set him apart from other aspiring singers. Under Rowland's guidance, Powell began to refine his sound, experimenting with different styles and honing his songwriting skills. This partnership marked a turning point, as it provided Powell with the mentorship and resources needed to take his career to the next level. By the early 1990s, Jesse Powell's reputation as a gifted vocalist had begun to spread beyond Gary. He moved to Los Angeles, California, a hub for aspiring artists seeking to make their mark in the music world. But the transition was not without challenges. However, Powell remained focused on his goals, believing that his dedication and talent would eventually lead to success. While in Los Angeles, Powell continued to perform and network, eventually catching the attention of Lowell Silas Jr., a prominent music executive and founder of Silas Records. Silas was known for discovering and nurturing R&B talent, and he was impressed by Powell's vocal ability and stage presence. In 1993, Silas signed Powell to his label, providing him with the opportunity to record his debut album and establish himself as a professional artist. Before releasing his first album, Powell worked tirelessly in the studio, collaborating with seasoned producers and songwriters to develop a sound that was both contemporary and true to his roots. This period was marked by intense creativity and self-discovery, shaped his artistic vision, and laid the foundation for his future success. Jesse Powell's early career was defined by perseverance, passion, and commitment to his craft. These formative years not only prepared him for the challenges of the music world, but also established the foundation for a career that would leave an unforgettable mark on the R&B and soul genres. But unknown to him, things were about to change. The breakthrough. After signing with Silas Records in 1993, Jesse Powell began working on his self-titled debut album. This marked the beginning of a promising career that would see him rise as one of the most celebrated artists in R&B and soul music, with his powerful voice and impeccable range. Collaborating with skilled producers and songwriters, Powell sought to craft a sound that blended the emotional depth of classic R&B with the contemporary styles of the 1990s. His focus was not just on creating music, but on making songs that would resonate deeply with listeners. In 1996, Powell released his debut album, Jesse Powell. The record featured a mix of ballads and upbeat tracks that highlighted his vocal abilities and artistry. Songs like All I Need and Gloria quickly gained attention, earning him a dedicated fan base. While the album didn't achieve massive commercial success, it established Powell as a rising star in the R&B world. Critics praised his vocal range, often likening him to legendary artists who could convey raw emotion through their music. The groundwork had been laid for what would become a career-defining moment in his life. The release of his second album, Bout It, in 1998, proved to be a turning point for Powell. The album included his breakout single, You, a heartfelt ballad that showcased his incredible falsetto and vocal precision. Initially released as part of his debut album, You was re-released with Bout It and gained widespread acclaim. The song climbed to number 2 on the Billboard R&B chart and reached number 10 on the Billboard Hot 100. The song became a signature hit for Powell, affirming his reputation as a powerful vocalist. It was deeply felt by fans, thanks to its romantic lyrics and emotional delivery, becoming a staple at weddings and celebrations for years to come. With the success of About It, Powell earned significant recognition within the music industry. The success of You also led to several award nominations, further elevating Powell's status as one of the leading voices in contemporary R&B. The album itself was certified gold, a proof of Powell's growing popularity. In 2001, Powell released his third studio album, JP. While the album didn't replicate the commercial success of Bout It, it featured tracks that further displayed his artistry and vocal capabilities. Songs like Something in the Past and If I received critical acclaim for their emotional depth and lyrical content. Powell continued to push his creative boundaries, experimenting with new sounds, while staying true to the soulful essence that defined his music. His consistency as an artist earned him respect in an industry that was becoming increasingly dominated by trends and shifting musical styles. Powell's fourth and final album, Jesse, was released in 2003. This project marked a return to his roots, blending the heartfelt ballads and smooth melodies that had endeared him to fans with a more mature perspective. Tracks like By the Way and Touching It Tonight reflected his growth as an artist and as a person. It showcased his ability to adapt while maintaining the authenticity that had always been central to his work. Though the album didn't achieve mainstream success, it grounded Powell's legacy as a vocalist who remained dedicated to his craft and to creating music that touched the hearts of his listeners. Throughout his career, Powell maintained a reputation for being a deeply private and humble individual. Unlike many of his contemporaries, he chose to focus on his artistry rather than seeking the limelight. His ability to connect with his audience on a personal level made him a beloved figure in the R&B community, even as he avoided the trappings of celebrity life. In the years following the release of his final album, Powell stepped away from the music industry, choosing to live a quieter life out of the public eye and focus on television works. While he no longer released new music, his existing body of work continued to resonate with fans old and new. Songs like You remain timeless classics, often rediscovered by younger generations who were drawn to Powell's emotive voice and timeless style. Despite his absence from the music scene, Powell's influence on R&B remained undeniable, with many artists citing him as an inspiration. However, he wasn't the only one in his family who was making a name. The sister friends, Trina and Tamara Powell, are a dynamic sister duo who captivated audiences in the 1990s with their soulful sound and infectious energy. Hailing from Gary, Indiana, the Powell sisters grew up in a family where music was deeply rooted. With a father who served as a minister and a mother who sang in the church choir, their early exposure to gospel music shaped their passion for singing and performing. The sisters honed their talents in the church, harmonizing together and developing the chemistry that would later define their career. As teenagers, Trina and Tamara moved to California, a change that opened the door to new opportunities and experiences. The vibrant West Coast music scene of the late 1980s and early 1990s proved to be an inspiring backdrop for the sisters as they began to explore their musical ambitions. Their shared love for R&B, soul, and hip-hop became the foundation for their sound, and their synergy as a duo stood out. Early on, the sisters caught the attention of music industry professionals with their vocal range, undeniable charisma, and the visible connection between them. Their breakthrough came when they began collaborating with established artists and producers in the R&B and hip-hop world. In 1994, Trina and Tamara lent their vocals to Something for the People's hit single My Love Is the Shh. The track was a commercial success. Peaking at number 4 on the Billboard Hot 100, the song earned them widespread recognition. Their smooth harmonies and vibrant presence on the song made them instant favorites among fans of the genre. It was clear that the sisters had the talent and drive to carve out their own space in the music industry. Buoyed by the success of their collaboration, Trina and Tamara embarked on a journey to establish themselves as independent artists. In 1999, they released their self-titled debut album, Trina and Tamara. The album was a blend of sultry ballads and upbeat tracks that showcased their vocal prowess and versatility. Songs like What'd You Come Here For and Joanne became standout hits, earning them critical acclaim and a loyal fan base. Their music was a reflection of their personalities, fun, relatable, and emotionally expressive. Typically, the sisters had a knack for crafting songs that spoke to love, relationships, and personal growth. Despite their undeniable talent and the quality of their music, Trina and Tamara faced the challenges that often come with navigating the competitive music industry. The late 1990s and early 2000s were a transformative period in R&B, with new trends and rising stars reshaping the landscape. Beyond their musical endeavors, Trina and Tamara were admired for their sisterly bond and grounded approach to fame. They never allowed the pressures of the industry to overshadow their love for each other or their commitment to staying true to their values. In addition to their work as artists, Trina and Tamara found success behind the scenes, contributing as songwriters and collaborators for other artists. Their ability to blend smooth harmonies with heartfelt lyrics made them valuable contributors to projects across the R&B spectrum. While their time in the spotlight as a duo was relatively brief, their impact on the genre and the artists they worked with was significant. Their authenticity endeared them to fans who appreciated their down-to-earth personalities and the warmth they brought to their music. As the years went on, Trina and Tamara shifted their focus to other pursuits, balancing family life with their creative passions. While they moved away from the spotlight, their music continued to resonate with fans who cherished the soulful and vibrant energy they brought to the R&B scene. In 2016, the siblings made public their upcoming project, an autobiography titled The Sister Friend Journey. This book delves into the complex dynamics of their relationship over the years, focusing on their roles as sisters, songwriters, and women. The much-anticipated book finally hit shelves on March 15, 2017, offering readers an intimate look into their lives and shared experiences. Reflecting on their career, it's clear that Trina and Tamara made a bold mark on the music world. Though they may not have achieved the level of commercial success enjoyed by some of their contemporaries, their contributions to R&B remain cherished by fans who value their works. So what really happened to their brother, Jesse Powell? The rumors confirmed. On September 13th, 2022, the music world was struck with sadness as news broke of Jesse Powell's passing at the age of 51. The announcement came as a shock to fans and the music industry alike, as Powell had lived a largely private life in his later years, away from the public eye. Powell's passing was confirmed by his sisters, Trina and Tamara, through a heartfelt statement shared on social media. The sisters, who had shared both a familial and professional bond with Jesse, expressed their grief and gratitude for the outpouring of love and support from fans. In their statement, they revealed that Powell had passed away peacefully at his home in Los Angeles. The family did not immediately disclose the cause of his demise, asking instead for privacy and understanding as they navigated their loss and celebrated Jesse's legacy. They reminded everyone how Jesse loved music and his fans. The family's words resonated with fans and industry peers alike, as they emphasized Powell's enduring love for his craft and his appreciation for those who supported him throughout his career. Tributes began pouring in almost immediately, with many sharing stories of how Powell's music had touched their lives. Known for his heartfelt ballads and smooth falsetto, Powell's demise marked the loss of a beloved figure in the R&B and soul community, leaving a void that many felt deeply. Fans recalled his timeless hit, You, a song that had become synonymous with love and connection, and reflected on how his music had provided solace, inspiration, and joy over the years. As the news spread, many of Powell's contemporaries in the music industry expressed their condolences and shared their memories of the singer. Artists and producers who had worked with Powell spoke of his extraordinary talent and his humble demeanor. Lewell Silas Jr., the late music executive who signed Powell to Silas Records, was frequently mentioned in tributes. Many credited Silas' partnership with Powell for bringing the singer's remarkable voice to the forefront of R&B. Others in the industry highlighted Powell's dedication to his craft and his refusal to compromise his artistic integrity, traits that had earned him respect among his peers. Powell's demise prompted fans and media outlets to revisit his contributions to the R&B genre, celebrating his career and the timeless music he left behind. You, in particular, saw a resurgence in popularity as fans turned to the song to honor Powell's memory. Social media platforms were flooded with posts featuring clips of Powell's performances, with many marveling at his unmatched vocal ability. The song became a symbol of Powell's legacy, a reminder of the emotional depth and sincerity he brought to his music. In the weeks that followed, tributes to Powell extended beyond social media. Radio stations played his music in tribute, and fans organized online vigils where they shared memories and celebrated his contributions to R&B. The impact of his work was evident in the wide array of people who came together to honor him, from longtime fans who had followed his career since the 1990s to younger listeners who had discovered his music in recent years. In the days following his passing, Powell's family shared further reflections on his life and legacy. Trina and Tamara, both of whom had careers in music, spoke about the close bond they shared with their brother. They recounted their early days performing together in their hometown of Gary, Indiana, and how their shared love of music had been a cornerstone of their relationship. The sisters described Jesse as a kind and generous person who was deeply devoted to his family and fans. They also expressed their gratitude for the support they had received from the public, noting that it had brought them comfort during a difficult time. As fans and loved ones continued to mourn, speculation about the cause of Powell's demise grew. Although the family never clarified what he had passed away from, unverified sources suggested cardiac arrest. Despite the sadness surrounding his passing, many found solace in celebrating Powell's life and the impact he made on the music world. Jesse Powell's passing also sparked the conversations about the importance of preserving and celebrating the legacies of artists who may not have achieved massive commercial fame, but whose work has had a profound impact. Many fans and critics emphasized that Powell's music had stood the test of time, remaining relevant and meaningful decades after its release. The Powell family, while grieving their loss, found comfort in the knowledge that Jesse's music would live on. They shared their hope that his songs would continue to bring joy and healing to those who listened, just as they had during his lifetime. The family also expressed their intention to honor Jesse's memory in ways that reflected his values and his love for music. Jesse Powell's life and career were a testament to the power of authenticity and the influence of heartfelt artistry. His passing was a reminder of the fragility of life, but also of the timeless impact that music can have. As fans continue to celebrate his legacy, Powell's voice remains a source of comfort and inspiration, ensuring that his memory will be cherished for generations to come. So what do you think about Jesse Powell's legacy and his impact on the music world? Let us know in the comments. If you want more interesting revelations, be sure to like, subscribe, and watch the next video shown on your screen. See you there.